Government, Chapter 3, the U.S. Constitution. Our chapter objectives under Section 1, the structure and principles, are to describe the structures and the principles, behind the Constitution. Under Section 2, the three branches of government, our objectives are to summarize the powers, duties, and roles of the three branches of the federal government. Under Section 3, amending the Constitution, our objectives are to itemize the ways of proposing and ratifying amendments to the Constitution. And finally, under Section 4, the amendments, our objective is classifying amendments by type, those dealing with individual rights, those reflecting societal change, and those affecting the structure and the powers of government. Section 1. Structure and principles. The preamble sets forth the goals of the government. The main divisions of the body are the 7 articles, each one covering a general topic. The third part of the Constitution are the amendments, which alter the original document. Major principles. Popular sovereignty. This is the cornerstone of the Constitution, and it means rule by the people. Federalism, which means that power is divided amongst the federal government and the states. Separation of powers. The executive, legislative, and judicial branches all have separate powers. Checks and balances. Each branch exercises some power over the others to prevent any branch from becoming too powerful. Judicial review. The power of the courts to make certain that no laws are passed that violate the rights of citizens under the Constitution. Limited government. The Constitution limits the powers of government. Section 2. The three branches of government. The legislative branch. Article 1, Section 8 specifies the powers granted to Congress. Congress handles a much greater number of bills today than it originally did. The executive branch. The Founding Fathers recognized the need for a strong executive, so they gave the President broad and vaguely described powers. Article 2, Sections 2 and 3 describe the specific powers of the President. The presidency has changed tremendously over the years. Modern presidents have such busy schedules that they are timed to the minute. The judicial branch. The U.S. has 2 levels of courts, federal and state, each with its own jurisdiction. The subject of the case and the parties involved determine the jurisdiction. The modern federal court system dates from 1891, but the Supreme Court exercised important power beginning in 1803, using judicial review. Shared power and conflict. It is necessary for the executive and legislative branches to cooperate some to get things done. Some conflict is inevitable. Some conflict has been caused by the expansion of presidential power. Congress has the power to limit judicial authority, but it has been reluctant to use it. The Supreme Court is dependent on the executive and the legislative branches to carry out their decisions.